Hi crafty friends, it's Audra Monk the Crafty Yogi and welcome to the Crafty Corner. Today I'm going to show you how to make one of these cute, I don't know if you call it a fun fold, I don't know if it has a name. I saw another Stampin' Up! Demonstrator make one and I thought it was kind of cute. So it sort of emphasizes what's on the back of the page. So you stamp more there than the whole front. And like I made it for last month's Class to Go with this cute little dog and all the little paw prints and things. So I thought I would share with you how to make that. We're going to make this in my Just Cards class coming up on, I think, February 20th and 22nd. There's a Wednesday night or a Friday morning. And the cool thing is, the cards, you get to make 2 in class. And so I'm going to go crazy and offer you 2 options, and so hopefully it won't be a catastrophe when we have a bunch of people crafting together. So let's make this card. Okay, so let's see if I can fit everything on here. So you need, oops, let's turn it this way. You need your piece of cardstock cut to 4 1/4 by 11. So it's, you take the piece and you just cut it in half the other way. Normally, most of the time I tend to do the 5 1/2, but you're going to get this long piece. And then the next thing you're going to do is cut off 2 3/4. And it doesn't matter which side, because when you fold it, you'll make it. So 2 3/4. So I want my cutting blade for this. Okay, but then I'm going to score it. And so I'm going to move my cutting blade out of the way, and I'm going to score it at 5 1/2, because that's the halfway mark for the card. Okay, and then that goes away. Oops, I took the stamp with it. Okay, so then when you fold the card, you can use your bone folder to get that nice and flat. When you fold it, the cut edge is going to be at the side. This part is going to attach here, and that's how we'll build the card. So for fun, let's put the DSP on first. So, okay, so the stamp set is called Bloom by Bloom, and the paper may be called something similar. I don't remember. It's all in the same suite. There's a stamp set, there are punches, and of course there's beautiful DSP. And there's little, and we'll use these. I'll have to order more for class. There's these Happiness Blooms enamel dots, and they are adorable. Okay, so the paper, as always, has 2 sides. Stampin' Up! Makes the best designer series paper in the history of the world. In my heart, I feel this is true. So I'm gonna, on this one, change it up. And I'm going to use this side of the paper. So let's attach that. Okay, so you know how to make the card now. So if you don't need to see all this other part, carry on. It's okay. You just needed to know, cut 2 3/4 off. Okay, but if you're looking for more and you want to know more about this stamp set, I'm going to help you with that. All right, next up, and of course I had everything but the inside piece. You need your piece of paper cut to 4 by 5 1/4. This is going to go in here. And so I like to eyeball it up. Did I lose my green piece? Ah, here it is. And know what you're going to see. Okay, so I'm only going to see, I just want stamping on this edge. And then I would write in the middle of that card. So for this one, I'm going to use, let's see, it's a polymer set. So I like to use my foam mat. But just having a little bit of give, some paper underneath could also help. And I'm going to stamp it kind of like the DSP. This is Calypso Coral. And I'm going to ink that up. So I'm just, you know what, let me show you in case. So polymer stamps are really thin. We don't need to kill the stamp pad or you're going to get ink all over this block. See, you heard that tap, tap, tap. There's no ink on my block. So I'm going to tap it. Now it happens sometimes and get it inky. And then I'm going to stamp it on here. And I'm going to repeat. I like 3 taps. I'm going to put this all down the side and kind of turn its orientation. One more where you can see the little petals coming up. Okay, so there's that part. And then I'm going to go with, let me look at the DSP. This helps me figure it out sometimes too. Blue dots. And I'm using the small flower, so I'm going to use the small dots. And I'm not a flower expert, so it doesn't bother me. I just like it to look happy. And so I'm just going to put the dots, again, really lightly tapping. Do you see? There's no blue ink on that block yet. There might be at the end because it's a tiny stamp, but I'm just lightly tapping putting it on there just until, you know what, I like that, just until it's pleasing to me. Okay, so that's the inside of my card. We need to stamp just a little bit more. So this piece is cut down 1/4 inch smaller. So it would be 2.5 by 4, maybe. Let me check it. Yep, 2.5 by 4. Okay, so for the sentiments, because let me show you, this Bloom by Bloom stamp set has no sentiments, and that's okay. We could just make really cool cards. But then this one, Humming Along, has 3 really awesome sentiments. It has thank you, hope you feel better really soon, and wishing you an amazing birthday. So it's a nice multi-use pack. I'm going to use the feel better soon one. And I'm going to do it like I did the other card and put it in the bottom right corner. Let's hope I got that right. Ah, it's a little crooked. So even with these new stickers, I cannot get it on there right. But the cool thing is I'm going to flip it over and I'm going to test it again. And I'm going to see. Okay, so I've got it and we're going to see. And if it's a little crooked, I'm not going to stress about it. Ah, I like that better. Okay, hope you feel better really soon. And then the only thing I'm going to stamp on this is a few dots, but I'm not going to stamp them yet, I think. Let me close some ink because occasionally I will have an ink wreck. Oh, do I want, no, I don't want leaves. I'm good. I just noticed on the DSP, see there's leaves, but look, I just like that because the green kind of says leaves to me. Okay. So now we're going to play with the punches. So there are 4 little punches in this set. They're super cute, and I'm not going to use that one. I'm going to use, just like I did on the other card. I really, really liked the way this came out, so I'm pretty much just going to copy that. So I need 3 of this, and they go everywhere. Okay, 3 of those, and I'm going to go with 2. This is Pineapple Punch, super pretty color, super bright, super cheerful. 2 of those. And then this one gives you, I think, centers of the flowers. I'm not going to use the circle, but I'm going to use the leaves. And this is, I didn't say what color this was. This is Call Me Clover, which is a really pretty green. And so I always let the DSP just tell me what to do. And occasionally I'll change things up. But in general, the Stampin' Up! Artists, they have figured out the work for me, which is why I love Stampin' Up! And why I love stamping, because I get to be an artist and I don't have to do all the work. Okay, so next I'm going to attach this to my green piece because the first time I did this card, I put all of the flowers and stuff on, and then I had to turn it over and stick it down, and it was a little bit tricky. So you could do it either way, and if you worry about messing up, I would decorate the Whisper White piece first, and then do that. Okay, now let's attach this. The other thing I do is hold on, I'm gonna put the inside in. So this kind of card I found I didn't create necessarily in the same way I normally do because of the little fun fold. I feel that, you know, you have to check things a little bit more because it's a little unpredictable. You're looking how it's going to interact with the background. Another cool thing I thought you could do, oh, look how crooked that is. That's okay, is that you could put strips of DSP on the edge, and that would be really cool. Oh, good. So when it's closed, it doesn't look as obvious that I messed that up. And the person I'm sending it to, they're going to feel fine. All right. So then I'm going to eyeball up about where this goes. And I'm just going to put 3 strips of snail. I think you could also do dimensionals if you wanted to give it a little bit more dimension. All right. And so that goes there. Okay. And if you should get a little extra adhesive here, you could rub it off with your finger or use our, get an adhesive eraser. We used to sell them and we don't sell them anymore. Okay, and I loved them. But I think you can order them other places. So next, put all your little flowers on your foam mat or something else. I like to give the little teeny flowers a little pop. This is our, I don't know, tool. How about we'll just call it a tool. We're going to use it twice today. So I'm going to use just the cap. I don't know what it's called. If you know what it's called, well, I can obviously look it up. Feel free to let me know. Okay, so there's my flowers. They're ready to go. And then my leaves. So what I like to do is I like to lay it all out in general. so I know where it's gonna go. And so then I've got like 3 sets of flowers, and I'm gonna give them each a leaf. And I'll show you how we'll get those. Those leaves are tiny, so I'll show you how we'll get all this tiny stuff on here. Okay, and then the other part, so I'm gonna do this next part, and this is pretty brave. I like having the little atmospheric dots, and so I'm doing them in Pineapple Punch. I'm gonna tap my stamp pad nice and light, and I'm just gonna sprinkle them on here. This is where if you mess up, you know what you do? You'd make another piece like that and put it on top. And so I'm gonna go really slow and not talk too much in the hopes, you know what, I want one here. And it'll go off on the green, so I'm okay. That I don't mess up. Okay, I'm gonna close that. So that was that part. You don't really need it, but I'm a big fan of, I like the little streaks and blotches behind. Okay, so now we're gonna attach these. So my tip is use your tool. Okay, so it has lots of things. It has a scraper and it has a sticky point, and you can even change out the ends. But what we're gonna do is pull this off. There is a, I don't know, an adhesive there. I'm gonna pick up a leaf. And then I found glue dots were we're going to use glue dots on the other part, but for the leaves, they were a little bit bulky. And I'm going to just put a dot of glue. And then I'm going to stick it down. You got to hold it there for 1, 2, 3, and then you can lift it up. Okay, and I'm going to do that again. Dot of glue. Put it down. Ooh, and I squirted out some glue, so don't worry, we're going to take care of that. And one more, so just a tiny bit of glue, and it's tricky because the card likes to pop up. That's where if you did all this first and then attach your card, it might work out better for you. So, you know, I'm still playing with it. Okay, and then that little bit, I think I can just wipe it off with my finger. Okay, all right, let's see if I can get this done in like 3 minutes. I want this to be 15 minutes or less. All right, next up, glue dots. And I just peel them up, stick my flower on there. And you know, by the end of crafting, you've got ink and bits of adhesive all over you. And I'm doing this one with the one leaf. Okay, then we got the last part. Okay, so that gets my leaves on, and then very, very last, I can do it. Yay, this will be less than 15 minutes, are these cute little enamel dots. I'm gonna go, and you can use the end of your tool. It has a cool spatula, but I found these are really tiny. So I either like to use the end of, you're gonna laugh, sometimes I use the piercer, but my favorite is open the scissors and use those. Because I feel that it just picks it up, because there's adhesive under these and you don't want to leave your adhesive behind. If you do, you can put, you know, a little glue, but it's kind of nice to get that. And then I'm going to do the yellow. Go ahead and use the same medium ones. And I think you could mix up the centers. They don't all have to be the same size. So in fact, I'm going to do that. I'm going to put a big one here. And then I'm going to put a little tiny one here. Good. And there you go. Hope you feel better really soon. And then on the inside, you would write all your heartfelt wishes right there. So that is how to make this fun fold card. Look, same card, same paper, same stamp sets, same colors. Oops. There you go. But looks a little bit different. So thank you for stopping by the Crafty Corner today. I love comments. I love requests. I may not always answer them. I'm still figuring out how to do this job and do it well. But if you need help, let me know, and stay crafty.